Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Egyptian Eyes After Dark, where ancient wisdom meets today. And today we are going live with Dr. Shakirah Moore, a iridologist, and she's going to tell us all about what she does. She is amazing at determining what you guys need in terms of healing and alignment as it relates to your eye lenses. So hey, Dr. Shakirah, how's it going?
I am wonderful. I'm amazing. How are you? How you feeling?
I am great. I'm really excited to get to talk to you about this. I recently was made aware of the study not too long ago, last year when I met you. And I can't wait to inform everybody about what this is because so many people, when I say, hey, we have an iridologist that offers services, they're like, what is that?
Yeah.
So we're going to jump right into it. I have tons of questions for you. Guys, we are live on all platforms. So if you have questions, I can see everybody that is joining. Thank you for Ever Love and Why. Thank you, Shanita. So you guys, if you have comments, I can actually see Instagram today, which is awesome. And I will be answering lots of questions, and so will Dr. Shakirah. Oh, we've got P online. Hey. All right. So we're about to get it started, you guys. Thank you for joining. We are here with Dr. Shakirah Moore, and I'm just going to ask you, what is iridology, iridology? How do you say it? What is that? And then tell me how you got started in this.
Yes. Well, you could pronounce it iridology. It's many different ways to pronounce it, but iridology is simply put, it's an ancient science that it's a way where we can literally view the inner workings of every organ in your body through the iris, which is the colored part of the eye. So everything that happens inside the body, whether it's acute, subacute, chronic, or degenerative, automatically leaves an imprint on the iris, as the iris has so many nerve endings connected to the nervous system, the CNS, the central nervous system. So it's amazing how we have this GPS, this map that is here to warn us of potential challenges that we may ever face. How I got into it. I absolutely love telling the story. And
Please
those
tell
who
me.
have following me for some years now know my story. So I don't know how it came up, but um, I was just having a casual conversation with my mom, and she just told me about her story with an iridologist. She just telling me that around the time when she was 29, she had this really, really bad excruciating pain. Not all of a sudden, it was gradually every day. And then one day it was like, I can't ignore it. Like she couldn't ignore it. So she goes to the medical doctor, and the medical doctors, they ran every test. You hear me? They ran liver panels. They ran all kind of CBCs, complete blood counts, nothing. Right.
Wow.
And so they're like, listen, we don't know what to do. All right. Here, take this pain medication. This is all we can do for you right now. And then she goes home. My grandmother was the one that said, hey, I told you to go to that iridologist. And with nothing to lose, my mom was a very little skeptic at first, but she had nothing to lose. I mean, this pain was just, if anyone in the audience ever experienced a gallbladder attack, y'all know what that is. So she goes to the iridologist, and 2 minutes into sitting in his chair, he was like, you have gallstones. And so it was like, oh my gosh, like she's like, wow, like she had a friend literally maybe like a few months prior, maybe a year prior, had a gallbladder surgery. So she was familiar in that sense, but she still needed more information. He told her what kind of diet causes that, and it was the exact kind of diet that she was eating at the time, fried, greasy kind of food, sodas, those are the main things. So he gave her a remedy, told her to fast over the weekend, and it was Friday. By Monday, she passed the stones, which is these little green peas, through your bowel movements, and no more pain. She saved her gallbladder, didn't have to have gallbladder surgery. And after hearing that story, I don't know, it just lit a fire in me. I'm like, wait, he was able to tell you what was going on in your eyes in 2 minutes that a medical doctor couldn't figure out in like 2 weeks. And she
Wow.
was like, yeah. And so right after that, I still not right after, I would say like maybe a couple months later, I said, I want to go to school for this. So she actually paid for my schooling. I
Wow.
went to the Trinity School of Natural Health, which is in Indiana. And then I graduated from there. I also have my board certification under the American Association of Drugless Practitioners, and then the International Institute of Naturopathic Medicine. So it was just a whole journey that just spawned after that. And now the same thing that my mother went through, I do for other people. I do liver flushes, every season. I wish I would have sent you the flyer so you can show it. We have the next liver flush coming up on December 16th. It's a group liver flush where we have a bunch of people that do exactly what my mother did, right? Where you're fasting, or not really like fasting in a sense, you're just eating like fruit, not fasting like just water, but you're fasting and you're helping your body release all this waste, So we do 4 flushes a year. And if definitely, I wish I could send you the flyer.
You
while
can
we're
send it to me,
online.
and I can upload it
It's just
to
so
show them.
important. It's so important, because most people don't realize the sludge that's, lodged in there, lodged in their liver, lodged in their gallbladder, which affects other organs in their body.
Wow. I mean, that's just so profound. What an awesome story that is. You just never know how it's going to affect you. So I'm grateful that although the experience for you was traumatic, having your grandmother go through something and the doctors couldn't figure it out for quite some time.
My mother.
Oh, excuse me, your mother. She couldn't figure it out for quite some time, but that started your journey, and just look how that unfolded. What I would like to know is, you named so many different types of certifications and things like that. Like how long were you in school for this?
So the iridology certification, that was a year. And then the Naturopathic Institute, that was 3 years. So a total of 4 years, and still constantly studying. Even prior to going to school, I was studying this on my own. And I said to myself, as a people, we like to see those plaques. It's a shame, right? It really is a shame, because
it doesn't even matter.
All this information, and you'll have a person comment on your IG, where you get your degree from, where you get it. Like, oh my God, like, so we live in a world where we have to have fancy letters behind our name to validate ourselves, and that's just not the case. We have to get out of that mindset. But so that's really the reason why I went to school, to further my education on that sense. So just that validity for
for the people. For the people.
Yeah, it's needed in some cases. In cases, yes, it's needed. So yeah.
Because I was curious, because in my own studies, I found that when I know something on my own, or when I'm passionate about something, and then I go to school after I've already been practicing, it's kind of like, well, I kind of already had this down, but I can implement some of the things. So I was just curious. But I can definitely see that the school paid off, and that you're already obviously very smart and passionate about it. So that's why you are so successful. Speaking of success, I've been checking out some of your footage on TikTok and Instagram, and you are very knowledgeable in how this works and what this is. So for my viewers that are just joining, we are here with Dr. Shakirah Moore, and she can study your eyes, or if I'm not mistaken, you take a picture, right? And then you kind of can go in through the things. So can you walk me through the process? If, let's just say I'm coming in for a session, how does it work? What are you going to do to me?
Yeah. So what am I going to do?
What are you going to do to me?
Yes, it is. So when it comes to an in-person consultation, I have my iridology camera, where it takes like really, really precise photos of your iris. I mean, you're seeing your iris in 3D. So I'm taking these photos, and you're getting like a comprehensive report after you have your iridology consultation. You may also receive a 12-week herbal program. So what does that look like? It's a step-by-step guide on specific herbal formulas you need based upon your iris blueprint. So if your iris shows a kidney weakness, or if your iris shows an adrenal weakness or thyroid, you'll have herbs tailor-made for that in that 12-week comprehensive report. Okay. The iridology, I have two grades of it, like two levels. It's the iridology plus the personalized plan, which that's a little bit more detail. It's like in a format of day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Because see, the challenges with most people, it's not the detox in itself, it's the commitment, and then they get overwhelmed, right? Like you'll be so excited and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna detox, and yeah, I'm excited. But most people do it without a plan. You have to have a plan and something that you can, reference. Like day 1, I'm drink coconut water with lime, break your fast with a rice cake. Things people like that. So it keeps them organized, it keeps them on track. So that, if they're doing it on their own, yeah, it's exciting for 3 days. And that third day, you're going to go back to your old habits. So my programs are designed for you to not become a recidivist, which is going back to what got you into the situation or the health condition in the first place.
Wow. I mean, the fact that you offer what I call a protocol is awesome. And that's something I didn't actually catch. And so for everyone who missed that, not only is she going to look at your eyes and tell you health ailments that are needing attention right now, she also puts together a protocol for you. And there's, I guess, is there a short version and a long version of it, like a more extensive one?
Yes. Yeah. So the iridology consultation, like with just that package, that's like more of like just a 12-week herbal protocol. And then when you have the iridology personalized plan, that's like more in depth, like the juicing, smoothies, how to fast, like you get more in depth report. But come 2025, I'm putting it all together because I'm finding that everyone who comes to me needs that. So I'm just going to have that all together where it's only going to be that one option. It's automatically going to be the personalized detox plan. Yeah, I had it separate for so long that I just decided, I'm like, it's time to, really rev this thing up because, we need help. We need help, and we need guidance. That's the thing,
Well, I was going to just say, you study the eyes. So when I think about eyes, I automatically think about an optometrist. So for those who say, well, why didn't my eye doctor tell me this? Like, do you think, like, what do you think the difference is mainly outside of the different type of schooling? Like, could you break that down for people who are just completely unaware of how this works and what this is?
Yes. So in ophthalmology, optometry, they study more, they go in depth of the anatomy of the eye, common eye diseases, based upon if they have like surgery under their belt, if they can do like eye surgeries, different things like that. But mainly it's about maintaining the eye ailment. Some of them can, like some of their practices, they can tell you whether you have high blood pressure, quote unquote high cholesterol, and we'll get into that, of the cholesterol myth, retina detachment. So they can look at those things based upon, they have like a specific machine that can look at the retina, the optic nerve, all of that, and they can see if there's like any kind of vessels detaching. But what they're not looking at is the iris. And I had a person that commented on my IG that said, I asked my eye doctor what iridology was, and they looked at me like I had 3 eyes. They didn't know what it was.
They didn't know. It's not a common term.
Yeah. Not even for an eye doctor,
Exactly.
They don't know. So it's like, because you see, you have, everything is so separate. And this is why, and so what I mean by that, it's so important for us to study the history of medicine. Because remember, this medicine that we know today is what, less than less than 250 years old. And so they have separated and divided modern medicine from holistic medicine. Whereas this is why there's such a big gap between optometrists and ophthalmologists not knowing or having a clue what iridology is or studying the iris. Because at that time, that the 1920s, they called all of this quackery. Iridology was quackery. Chiropractic was quackery. Midwifery was quackery. You know, if you actually study the history of infant mortality, it rose in numbers after doctors started delivering children, not Big Mama. Okay, not Big Mama. When Big Mama was delivering the babies, okay, there was like so little. The numbers were so low when it came to infant mortality or even maternal death. But after the American Murder Association came into play, okay, then that's when it rose in numbers. So we really have to dive deep into the history of this new medicine, y'all.
And so when you say murder, for those who are not necessarily affluent with the conscious culture, are you referring to Big Pharma when you say that?
The American Medical Association. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Understood. So, wow. I mean, your dedication to this is really eye-opening, and I think people need this. One of my questions for you is, what do you think the most common thing or the most profound thing was that you've seen or that you've been able to depict through an iridology capture, picture, shot, etc.?
As far as an ailment, or
as far as an ailment, like what's the most profound thing you've seen looking at an eye scan? I don't know the proper term, so I'm trying to be careful with that. Is it, do I say looking at the picture of the iris or looking at the what? What do I call it?
Yes.
The scan?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say different eye like colors, like the colors of the eye. And each person's color of the eye will let me know what weaknesses or organ challenges they're more prone to. So for instance, a person with blue eyes, they suffer from the most lymphatic immune challenges, tonsils, right? Sinuses, lymphatic stagnation, swelling of the lymph nodes. These are your blue irises. Those with blue irises, of those are of European, yes, okay. Those of like European descent, all right. And then you have those with a brown iris. Brown irises, they deal with more blood circulation, liver, the kidneys, okay. So when we look at even, and then you have a mix. That's my iris. Hey, we're going to go into that.
That's a pretty eye.
Thank you. Yeah. So when we go to the mixed iris, those mixed irises came a little later in history, because it was only two distinct colors, blue and brown. But then as time went on, and we have like a lot of, mixed cultures, then you have the mixed irises like with green, or like, those funky like hazel colors. So they tend to deal with both potential challenges, meaning the lymphatics and the blood, blood circulation issues, liver, that kind of thing. So I would say just more so what's so profound, I had an iris that was two-toned, which is called a heterochromia iris, which just means two colors. And you'll say, oh, you're born with that, or, it's something that, you're born with based upon some kind of trauma that happened during the birth process. And when I had the client, actually, she hails from the UK. I mean, it was just a lot of, challenges mentally going on with her. Severe damage from the, that Jabberwocky thing. We can't really say it. I don't want to mess with your channel. But there was so many challenges with that. And then even she took my program. So in the program, I went a little deeper with her on a metaphysical aspect, connecting the iris, the blueprint, to what she's still holding on to in the now. So it was a lot that came up with her childhood and her mother had the same iris. Her mother had some mental issues as well. So people with specific kind of colors of their iris will let me know their personality as well. So I would say the most profound thing is looking in the brain area and being able to tell inherent weaknesses, whether the mom, the dad had the same kind of challenge, and now it has manifested in you based upon your lifestyle.
Wow. That is just, who would have thought, you know, that you could find out that much detail by just a scan like that. I mean, I'm blown away. I have a couple of questions in the chat, but
Yeah,
before
yeah.
I get to answering those, I kind of want to show everybody this video that you had. And I was like, oh my God, like, I just feel so informed. So it's just a quick clip, you guys, and I'm going to shoot that. And then I'm going to start with the questions. I see Robert has one first. So we're going to go into that. Give me one sec. All righty.
What's so amazing about the iris is as soon as disease begins to happen inside of the body, the iris immediately registers an imprint in that organ, gland, or system region. The iris acts as a library with tons of information of your health in real time and generations before you. That means whatever mom had, dad had, grandparents had, it automatically leaves an imprint in your iris in the womb of your mother. So that when you come and incarnate in this realm, an iridologist as myself can see what kind of diseases you can potentially suffer from in your lifetime. This is revolutionary, y'all. And not a lot of us are taking advantage of this advanced technology that we are all holding on to. We're constantly going back and forth to doctors, trying to find out what's wrong with us, taking tons of medications where to no avail, we have to take another medication to solve the disease issue that disease caused from the medication that we have taken from the first one. So family, we really have to understand iridology on a metaphysical level, that this is a way of finding out in real time what is happening with us on a deeper level, well before a machine can detect it. This is your advanced technology. Use it at your own will.
Wow, girl.
I forgot about that video.
I said, ma'am. Wow. I mean, talk about an elevator pitch. 1 minute and 30 seconds to have it all condensed like that. I was like, wow, like this is just so awesome. And I mean, you look under the age of 21 to me. So I'm just shocked at how well versed you are in this. And it's just so inspiring for many that have been dealing with chronic pain and ailments. You could actually solve riddles long before they see the machine, like you said, right? Yep. So now we're going to get into some questions really quickly. Okay. We're going to start with Robert. He says, how do you feel about eye dilation? Because over the years, my eyes have weakened. And the last time I got my eyes checked, they said a few of my sensors weren't working properly. All right. Thanks for sharing that, Robert. So what's your take on that, Shakirah?
That's a good question. I don't suggest eye dilation. They do it so that they can look behind the eye. That's to look into your optic nerve, those vessels there, the capillaries, to see if there's any kind of blockage. I don't know if you've ever, if you're experienced or have experience where it's like if you have like a pop of the vessel of the eye, like it'd be spider webs. It looks like you're seeing spider webs or floaters, right? So that's typically why they do the eye dilation, just to see further in there. I wouldn't, if you have any kind of like severe eye condition where it needs to be like constantly studied, just ask them for, a second opinion, of why you need this. They also have optometrists and ophthalmologists that do a little of both, where it's like they're doing holistic and they're doing allopathic as well. So a lot of them on that side, they don't promote the eye dilation too heavy. I remember one time I went with my mom when she had that, and her eyes like was just, it was like so much pain, even hours after. Mm-hmm. So as far as, what's the question again, if you can pull it back up, and even the fluid that they use, you know, it's a dye that they have to use. It's made out of, I think it's astrazine, something. If I'm pronouncing it right. So we have to look up these kind of fluids, dyes that they're putting into the eye. Your eyes, you only
that's get one set.
Intricate organs, you know, on the body. Really, the your eyes are the brain outside of the body. So definitely want to be careful what goes in it. And you said a few of your sensors weren't working. I would definitely suggest a full iridology, because based upon like what you're telling me, I would do like eye drops, different things that nourishes the eye. Also, the eyes are connected to organs, your pancreas, your liver. Okay, so we don't just look at the eye like, okay, and this is what the challenges with modern medicine. Everything is so fragmented, right? You have gastroenterologists, you have an ophthalmologist, you have one doctor doing a urologist for the urinary system. You have all of these different doctors, but the body works together. So if you're doing your eye examinations, your eye doctor is not going to tell you, well, hey, you need to pay more attention to your liver, because your liver is responsible for the regulation of vitamin A. And vitamin A is needed for what? The eye. So if there's not a lot of these minerals that the eye can nourish itself on, well, and we have to look at the liver. That's the malfunctioning of the liver. And then also looking at the pancreas as well, your blood glucose levels. What is that looking like? So it's just so much that comes into play. That's why, when people ask me questions, well, how deep in the rabbit hole you want to go?
How far do you want to go? How low do you want to go?
Okay. Want to take the red pill, you want to take the blue pill, All right, come on. How deep you want to go with this seriously, because we can go deep and it'll blow your mind. So many aha moments I have gotten over the years when it comes to people getting their iris blueprint from me. So yeah, I do have my eye drops, Eagle eye drops, and I have helped so many people with the second question he said is I should get cataract check. I've had people reverse that. I had a woman come to me, Cheryl is her name. She said, thank you so much. I was being watched by my eye doctor for cataracts and glaucoma. After how long she said she was taking it? About, I think it was 6 months. 6 months of consistently taking the eye drops while maintaining a plant lifestyle and other things that she was doing. No more talk of glaucoma, no more talk of cataracts. I should have sent that to you, that review. But yeah, so that's what's in, that's the eye drop formula, that Eagle eye drop.
That evil eye drop.
Eagle, like an eagle.
Oh, I was like eagle. Okay.
So,
and that's a product that you make?
I made that. Yep. I made that to my mother, actually, because she was the one dealing with a lot of eye issues. As I said, she had constantly was going back and forth to the eye doctor, and she was doing the eye dilations. And I said, I have to make something for my mother. So I made it for her. And she rests in eternal peace. I made it for her. And then it just, I constantly tweaked the formula and Eagle eye drops. I came up with that name. Came up with that name 2 years ago. Yeah, because the eagle, reason why I said eagle, because eagles have vision. They could see clear as day from like feet up in the sky. I mean, so that's why, we're achieving that.
That's beautiful. I have another question from Pia, the Soul Mentor. If you've had a detached retina, can your camera still give an accurate reading?
Yes. See, my camera, here it is right here. Oh,
I was like, girl, I'm going blind.
Yeah. So it's I'm not looking in the back of the eye, like the optic nerve, the retina choroid. I'm not looking in that. I'm looking at the color part, which is the iris. So yes, you can still get an accurate reading with the camera. Yes. And even with your phone, those who do Zoom readings, like if you're not in my area, you can do the readings over Zoom where you'll get a complete instructions list on how to take your iris photos and send it to my email.
Whoa, I just found that out. Okay, so wait a minute. I can like do a Zoom session?
Just like how we on the StreamYard now, I have clients like that from all over the world.
Well, that's exciting. So you don't even have to get up. There's no excuses, people.
Yeah.
There's no excuses. Come on and let her see what's going on for real.
In the comfort of your own home.
That part. So one thing we didn't talk about, I have some more questions, but I am curious. I mean, how much does something like this cost?
Yeah, so one session for 1 hour is $195, and that's both for the Zoom and the in-person. But you get all of what I've stated that comes with it. When those who do the Zoom consultation, you keep the recording. So it's recorded and you keep the recording for life. You have to download it. And then you get the comprehensive report and other recommendations as far as food and other supplements that I may not have on my website. If you want to go further, as far as the like a program, I have that available, my Detox for Iridology Level 1 and Level 2, which comes with the iridology consultation, and it comes with spiritual counseling sessions after that. So yeah, $195 is like the base price for starting price for the iridology.
Okay, got you. Well, what if I don't like have $195? So like, is that just your base price, or are you running any deals, or how does it work?
Well, there is Afterpay on the site for those who want to do payments. I do have a promotion starting. It's $30 off tomorrow only, but for people that's logged in on the show, you can use code IRIS and you'll get $30 off of your initial consultation.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to add that. Hold on. You said...
And let me make sure that code is active for the family, because we have it. Oh, yeah, it's already active. Yes, it's already active. I believe it's already active.
Okay, so what's the code? IRIS, IRIS.
Matter of fact, you don't even need a code because I already made it active.
So $30 off for tomorrow. This is your Black Friday.
Yes.
Period. Let's go.
Yes. Yep, it's already active. Yep.
All right, I'm going to update that on this.
No code required. No code required.
Beautiful. I like that. So what are some of the biggest myths in iridology that you would like to clear up today, if any?
As far as the science in itself, if you go on Google, it'll come up like, iridology is supposed to be the study of looking into the eyes and detecting, weaknesses in the human body. It's known as quackery when you look it up on like a medical side. And the reason why that is because it's one of the most non-invasive methods. We have normalized blood tests. Not saying there's anything wrong with it. I mean, depending on what's going on with you, there are holistic practitioners that do blood testing, but we have normalized blood testing, colonoscopies, prostate exams as the only form of diagnosis, and any kind of system that wants to stay on top is going to lead you astray from your ancient sciences, so that you can look at that like, nah, that's misinformation, right? That doesn't work. It's the same thing like tarot or astrology. Most people like, oh, that's mysticism, because they taught us to hate our natural ancient sciences. So I would say that's like the main when it comes to the myths of iridology. Anything specific? People ask me, what kind of diseases that you can see in the eye? And I had live one time that I asked people, what diseases do you think I can't see? And so they'll name certain ones, things that, some of them that I have never heard of. But my point is that we don't name diseases, and
Yeah.
that's the key with this science. I don't name a disease. It's simply looking at the organ region of the iris and being able to tell the stage of your condition. Naming a disease is just to attach a medication so that you'll be more prone to take it. So if I tell you during your iridology consultation, oh, you have lupus, right? What I now I can attach some kind, or let's say I'm an allopathic practitioner. Now I can attach, some kind of medicine or drug to that, right?
Right.
And if you look online, it says lupus is incurable, right?
Yeah, it does say that.
Crohn's is incurable. The lupus, if you look up the etymology of the word, it means wolf something, like the rash of a wolf, because some people who have like the flare-ups, they'll get like rashes here. Okay.
Yeah.
This is nothing more but overworked kidney and adrenals. Kidneys, adrenals. So you want to work on filtering your kidneys and adrenals when it comes to what is called lupus. Even Crohn's. I did a video on my YouTube, busting it wide open, the truth about Crohn's disease, right? And so we have these names, right? But we never go deep into the history of the name of disease. Crohn's disease was named after the doctor who named it. His name was Dr. Burrow Crone, and three other doctors that was working with him. And they just studied the colon and the parts of the intestine which had the inflammation, and that's what they attached the name to it. And then again, when you come to the doctor with this inflammation in your intestine, then you get an anti-inflammatory drug, and then they'll say again, Crohn's is incurable, when in fact it is, based upon the right lifestyle. Those with any kind of colon or bowel conditions, really eat any fruit, because fruit pushes and moves the bowels, and don't get me started on constipation. It's like one of the most chronic challenges that we face in this world, not just our community, in this world. Constipation. I mean, I've had so many clients that said, oh, I went once 3 days ago. I mean, that's not normal, family.
That's not healthy.
And this is the root. So how can we, educate people on constipation? And if you go to a allopathic doctor, they say, oh, it's fine. One time I had a client that didn't go for a week, and the doctor didn't bat an eye. He said it was fine. So so immediately when I hear this, I already know what the person needs and what they're lacking.
Gotcha. Wow. So when I asked the question, what makes you different between an optometrist and just an eye doctor? I think there's different levels of eye doctors too. I guess the answer to that, from what I'm hearing, is not only is it non-invasive, you don't have to do any surgery. You can take a picture. You can do this from the comfort of your home. You're able to detect ailments, maybe even allergies in some cases based on the eye scan. And is this like potential health threats? Like, so for instance, if you see someone's eye scan, they may be subject to these ailments, or is it pretty much, hey, this is something you need to address right now? Which one?
Yes, it's both, actually.
Okay.
I've had many clients, especially women, upon looking in their breast area of the iris. And I would tell them, hey, you need to pay attention to your left breast. And before, I never used the word quote unquote cancer, because I don't like to scare my clients, patients, whatever have you. But when there are black markings, black patterns in the iris in that specific organ region, can indicate a tumor condition. So I had a client who said, you need to get a thermograph. Thermography is an alternative to mammograms. Women, listen up. Mammograms are dangerous, okay? It contains high amounts of radiation, which causes cancer, okay? So you want to do something called thermograph. That's THERMAGRAPH. You can look it up. They have them in Atlanta. They have people that do it here. And you can just search one up near you in your area. So after she ended up getting a mammogram like my client. And indeed, the test result came up that she had to go. They said, after they find something, they say you have to go for a follow-up. So she went for follow-up, and they did find, like a small tumor in her left breast. She made a whole, I gotta find her Instagram. She made a whole story on her IG, reel and everything, tagged me, the test results and she showed the date when she had the iridology with me and the date that she had the test with her doctor. And she was like, I'm just ready to get on this journey because my iridologist already told me. And then this is what I do with my client. I prep them. I said, this is what they made. This is what they're going to tell you. So don't get scared, because when we hear that word, cancer,
we think
it's so we just right. We drop. And I tell her, I said, don't get scared. Okay. And for those who's watching, cancer is really the body's way of healing itself. It's the body's last effort to try to save itself. And it's your wake up call to say, hey, this avatar needs saving. What are you going to do now? What are you going to sacrifice to save yourself? And so she went on this whole journey. She's supposed to follow up with me. I'm going to follow up with her after this. But that's, your iris doesn't just tell your current conditions. It tells your future conditions. It literally is your autobiography of self. Like, that's what the iris is telling you all the time.
Wow, that is just incredible. And just for the sake of the channel, I definitely want to mention, I don't think she's a medical doctor.
No.
But, she's got receipts, you guys. She has receipts, and coming to book a session with her can, in the case she just described, literally be life-saving. So that's definitely a game changer. I've got a question from Pia. How often should I have an iridology consultation to monitor changes or improvements in my health? So how often should they see you? That's a great question, Pia.
I suggest every 6 to 8 months, right?
Okay.
So every 6 to 8 months, your iris changes, whether it's showing healing lines or the iris markings are staying the same or things have gotten worse. So what I mean by healing lines is that, let's say I see challenges in your liver and you do like tons of liver flushes. You went on this amazing detox. And you did it for 6 months, plant-based, your iris colors will change. It will change like right before your eyes. You're like people who were born with like lighter eyes, and then suddenly when they got into adult years, it was darker. Well, that's because the body internally became darker. The organs became degenerated. Once you start detoxing, you can get your original eye color back.
Oh, wow.
So, your iris will tell the story not only of the health challenge, but the health improvement.
That is just so profound. I'm blown away. I have a follow-up question from Pia. Are there any natural methods or lifestyle changes you recommend to support eye health and potentially improve astigmatism?
Ooh, I got to do a video on astigmatism. That's another name that they give the eye challenges where you're not able to see from far away, or nearsighted, farsighted. They diagnosed my daughter with that. My daughter wears eyeglasses now, and we do the eye drops, and we were doing it for like consistently, because I told the eye doctor, she just was saying, oh, her eyes are bad. Her eyes are bad. I'm like, please don't say that. Like, I don't say that
don't
to
speak
child.
that.
Like, child is listening. So you gotta, your brain is listening. So when you say that, you believe that. I'm like, listen, she's gonna get better. She's like, all right, I'm just letting you know her eyes are always going to be like this. And we were consistent. We went back and she was like, wow, I mean, nothing has gotten worse. She's actually seeing words a little clearer from far away than she did 6 months prior. Keep up the good work, Ambria. That's my daughter's name. And so she still wears the eyeglasses, but we take breaks with it, you know.
Yeah.
And so my Eagle eye drops are safe for children because with children with eyeglasses as well. So lifestyle changes for the eyes. You want to eat a lot of berries, right? Lots of berries, especially bilberries. Bilberries, oh man, high in antioxidants. It actually improves night vision, which I actually put bilberry leaves in the Eagle Eye formula. And I have testimony on my page where this woman said her night vision improved just after 2 weeks of using it consistently. Right?
Oh, wow.
So them Eagle eye drops, family, you got to get that. Okay. The next thing you want to do, omegas. All right. How many people are taking omega consistently? Not the fish, plant omega. So the plant omega is from sea algae, your sea moss, your kelp, your bladderwrack, your dulse. Those are all those sea vegetables that's rich in iodine, rich in vitamin A, rich in B12, right? So you want to get that in on a consistent basis. Eating seaweed, getting that in, right? We also have a plant-based omega in Juice Plus. If you email me, you can put my email on the screen too. I'll type it in and send it to you. Email me and we'll get you started on the plant-based omega, which has all of that stuff that I mentioned in there. It has raspberry seed oil, which is good for the eyes. I put raspberry powder in my eye drops. What else? It has sea buckthorn in that omega. So it has just so many different nutrients in that. So you definitely want to get on an omega. And then again, working on your liver and pancreas, but I won't know the condition of the liver and pancreas until you have your iridology consultation.
How long does the consultations usually take?
An hour.
Okay. I'm putting your email address up there now. Kimberly asked for your information. So Kimberly, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you're about to see a flash by like her website. And Shakirah, what was the other website you had? Better Waters, was it?
Oh, I'm sending it to you right now.
You can just tell it to me. I'm already in here. Better Waters, right?
Oh, bethewaters.com.
Be the Waters. I don't know what I'm talking about. Be the Waters. Got it. Bethewaters.com. I had it up there and then I added the Friday sale. So guys, just look at the sites that you're going to see at the bottom of the screen for her contact information. Her IG's up there. Her website's on there. Tomorrow she's doing $30 off for her Black Friday sale. You don't want to miss this. And whoop, there it is. You should start seeing it flash now. So take your phones and take a picture of it. But yeah, that is her information. So this still takes me back to my original question for you. The difference between you and a traditional eye doctor is you're finding underlying health issues, potential health threats if they don't get on top of this. You are prescribing or suggesting different protocols, all of which it sounds like on your other website, bethewaters.com. That's where you have all of the programs you offer in terms of detoxes, supplements, diet plans, etc. Is that correct?
Well, on my Be the Waters website, I have my Detox with Iridology Level 2 program. That is a 90-day program. And I have like my herbal baths that are charged. So that website was actually created. I was joined up with my spiritual counsel, my teacher at the time. And then I recently put it back up because I'm making some changes and rebranding. But yeah, that is my Detox with Iridology Level 2 90-day program. And I have my different bath blends on there. My whether I have, what's it called? Self-love blend, Astral Recall blend, and I forgot the last one. You would have to go on the site. I think it's Forgive Yourself bath blend. They have different crystals, salts. It's charged. So that's what's on that site. That's my metaphysical spiritual online shop. There.
Okay.
My Holistic Palace is with the herbs, where you can book your consultation, all of that. Mm-hmm.
Understood. Okay. And so the eye drops, those are on which website?
Holisticapalis.com.
Okay. So that's where they get the eye drops. Yes.
Yes.
Pia sounds like you will be able to drive at nighttime.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay, guys. Any questions from our audience? We are going to cap this right at an hour. We've got about 7 minutes left.
Wow.
Make sure you write her. I know time flies. I really want to stay and have more fun.
Yeah.
But what it means is we'll just bring you back to talk a little bit more about the journey and other products that you'll be offering. Right now, how can they, where do they come to get the sessions at, Dr. Shakirah?
Yes. Well, you can actually find me at Destiny Shop.
Woo,
I
woo, woo, woo.
Thank you so very much. I just moved to the A from
where?
From Pennsylvania to Pocono.
Okay.
So I'm getting myself acclimated to this area. So I will be at Egyptian Eyes Boutique. I believe it's the last suite on the left, right?
Yes.
So I will be there. You have to book your appointment online first before coming into the shop. All right. So make sure you do that. And then for my Zoom people who are not in the area, not in the state, you know what to do. Go on holisticapalis.com, and it's iridology by Zoom consultation where you can book that appointment.
Okay. Wonderful. Mm-hmm. Anything else you want to say to my audience and yours?
Last words. I would say, when it comes to this kind of teachings, be open to it. Because there's so much now that, we're in this age now where it's just so much transformative energy, where people who didn't once believe are now starting to take heed. They're starting to listen. They're starting to have an open ear for all of the things that, like you had that one family member that you've been trying to teach. You've been trying to, quote unquote, convert to like natural methods and astrology and tarot. And it was like, oh no. And now
that's crazy,
because now we're in a time where it's like everything is coming to light. So keep that mind, keep that heart open for new information, because there's so much that's going to be coming out, y'all. I'm telling you, it's so much. We have to start making this the norm. The normal way that we look at, medicine, look at getting physical appointment. This is your physical, your iridology blueprint is like getting a physical without the poking and the prying and the taking off the clothes. It's a non-invasive method. Literally, I can tell you what's happening with your body in 55 minutes that you've been going all over to different specialists that you couldn't figure out in years. And I've done that for many, many people. So keep your heart open, keep your mind open, be aware of all the dis-ease myths, study the root words of these words. Go on my page, you'll see a lot of that. I go into all of that, all right, where I decode a lot of these disease names so that we can be aware and abreast of, what these things are.
Awesome. I think that was a beautiful final words or last words, and very accurate at a time like this, guys. You see all the changes happening, and we now know for sure we cannot believe what they tell us. We have some words from the life of an Afro-Latina. She welcomed you to the A, by the way. She loves everything holistic. Can't wait to start the liver detox journey. And thank you for your service. And I want to thank you as well, Dr. Shakirah Moore. We are excited to have you here at Egyptian Eyes. You will see a lot more of her for future events and things like that. And you have her contact information, her website, her IG. Y'all might want to jump on that $30 off tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's Black Friday. So go on and see.
I'm going to add one more thing too. Sure. She mentioned the liver detox. So I wish I would have sent the flyer, but the liver flush, it's on my Instagram page. I don't know if you can like put it up real quick. The winter solstice liver flush is the last detox that we're doing this year. I'm telling you, I can't even describe in words how you feel after. I've done many flushes, and each time I pass no stones, I'm like, oh, I don't have anything going on. It took me maybe 7 flushes, and I passed gallstones.
Wow.
And they look like crystals, family, like crystals that at your shop. They look like crystals. They look like the jade crystal. And
Wow.
I took pictures of it.
Wow.
Yeah, because after you pass them, you have to get a strainer for the toilet, but
Okay.
and get it
Understood.
out. It's yours. Get it out so that you
Uh-huh.
can see what comes out. I had people in the liver flush said it was a lot of stones. I didn't even want to take it out. I'm like, hey, well, at least you know what came out of you. Yeah.
Oh,
And a
I
lot of
mean, yeah, it sounds interesting for sure.
yeah, and another thing is with people when it comes to gallstones, liver stones, even though you may not be having a gallbladder attack, it's there. So family, jump on that winter solstice liver flush. I'm also having a free online masterclass. Free online
Free
masterclass.
online, free
December
99.
11th. Right, free 99. Okay. December 11th is called Balance Your Liver Chi. And it's the link is on Eventbrite. You can also look at that in my I want to give you my link tree. The link tree has all of my links. But if you
Go to
go to my
Instagram.
Instagram, yep, it's right on there. Balance Your Liver Chi event is free. Register. Winter liver solstice, winter liver flush solstice. And then you join that and you're locked in with the group.
Beautiful. You've just dropped so many gems on us, and I'm sure there's many more to come. Just a fun fact for the audience, I met Dr. Shakirah Moore last year in November. I saw our live, and it was like November 26th. So imagine that full circle. You're now here in house, and it is a pleasure having you, and we look forward to all the healing that you have come to do. Thanks, Rashawn, for your feedback. And we are going to go ahead and say farewell to Dr. Shakirah Moore. In closing, I want to share this other video that she had for you guys. I was blown away by this one too, but this is a wise message to kind of leave you on a cliffhanger with, and just to provide you with some closure this evening, just about how important your eyes are. So let's begin.
I recently was asked this question. Why do some people have a hard time making eye contact? If y'all been rocking with me for a while, you know that I bring truth and light to the sacred science of iridology. By now, we have all heard the ancient saying, the eyes are the windows to the soul. Let's take a deeper approach to understanding what this really means on a metaphysical level. Just as the eyes, the iris reveals organ gland system weaknesses in the body, the eyes reveal inner codes to a person's soul. That means your vibrational current can be revealed by looking into the eyes. Personality traits such as envy, jealousy, anger, sadness, self-esteem levels are automatically revealed through the eyes. If you are a person that has a hard time making eye contact, this means you are not in alignment with your true self. You have little or no connection to your soul. You are used to hiding and blocking your emotions. Until you reach the core of your true self, stop operating from an ego perspective. This will always be a challenge for you. You must take steps to learn who you are. Know the difference between speaking from ego and your heart. Stop the comparison game, y'all. We are all children of the sun. Walk in your truth, walk in your power, and you will then understand the importance of eye contact. I recently...
Wow. Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am, again.
Wow.
Y'all got to listen to her. Now, she be really dropping gems, okay? Dropping gems.
Wow.
So even from that, you could take away that when you start to heal your body and detox those organs and things like that, it helps with the, the evolution of your soul. It helps you raise your frequency, your vibration. You can't escalate and get the light codes that you need necessary if you're full of all the toxins and things like that, guys. So you've now been informed and warned. Come and get
you have now been informed and warned.
That's warned, baby.
You do it.
Your sessions.
It's your choice. That's right.
Yes, and thank you, God, for your comments. And thank you, Dr. Shakirah Moore, for coming on the show. In closing, let me run her banners back up. For those of you who just joined, we had to get online a little bit early tonight. I know the show normally airs at 9 p.m., so thank you for jumping on early. And that's her contact information. We do appreciate you joining the show. And guys, remember, tomorrow is Black Friday. She is doing $30 off. So you want to jump on her website, and there's no code necessary. The prices will be dropped. So thank you again for coming on. Also, I'm going to drop you from the screen really quick. But y'all will see her next time. Thank you again, Dr. Shakirah. Hang on for me. All right. So, guys, thank you for joining the live. We just want to drop this quick announcement about Black Friday. As you know, Black Friday is tomorrow. So on my site, EgyptianEyesEmporium.com, this is a new sister site where you can do bulk buying discounts in bulk. And tomorrow I'm doing 40% off. So you don't want to miss that. There's no code on that either. So check it out. It's a good time to stock up on your jewelry, your crystals, candles, etc. You don't want to miss that. Christmas is right around the corner for those that celebrate and participate. All righty. So we just want to say bye again. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for everyone watching and giving me your attention. Thank you, Destiny, for having me. Truly appreciate you, sister.
You are welcome. It has been my pleasure. And to all of you, have a great night. If you want to ask her any questions directly, you can email, Instagram, or website her, or pull up on us at the shop. She's not always here, so you have to book your appointment. She does a lot of public speaking engagements. She's a busy woman. So make sure that you do your due diligence and you book ahead. All right. Thank you for your feedback, Pia. And y'all have a good night. Bye.